G'day, I'm Warwick Schiller, and recently I put a video in here about a desensitizing protocol called CAT-H. And I showed, the footage I showed was from a clinic here at home, and I was approaching the horse with this flag, and the thing with if you haven't watched it, go back and watch that one, because otherwise you won't know what I'm talking about here. But that instance with the CAT-H is when I am approaching the horse with the object that bothers them. Okay, people have asked me, well, what do you do if you don't have a hold of the object's somewhere else? And so what I'm going to do here today is show you, I've got a Mustang mare, that's her over in the background, the grey mare over there, I've had here for a while, and she originally came in with problems going forward under saddle, like she'll get a bit pissy and pin her ears and kick out. And so I haven't ridden her yet, but I've been doing all the groundwork, and what I've found is that she was a bit on the, I think she's a bit on the shut down side, and as she's coming out of her shell a bit more, she's getting a lot more spooky. And I used to be able to lead her from over there over to the round pen here, or out to the arena to do some work, and she didn't spook at anything. And now she starts snorting quite a bit. And yesterday I had this thing set up. I've got some manure composting here. She was snorting at this, and I did a little bit of this CAT-H yesterday, and I thought, I'd like to video that, so we're going to video it today. Hopefully she does the same thing today. But what tends to happen when someone, I'll just wander over here. Let's say someone is leading a horse along, and a horse tends to spook at something like this, okay? The horse says, I don't want to go over there. What most people tend to do is, you don't want to go over there? Well, come on, I want you to go over there. And they spend a lot of time trying to get the horse to approach it and sniff it. And for me, that's a bit like if a man was to ask a woman out on a first date and she agrees, and he says, okay, where do you want to eat? And she says, I don't care, anywhere but sushi. And he goes, okay, I'm going to take you to a sushi place and I'm going to make you like sushi. That wouldn't be a very good way to start the whole proceeding. It's the same here. If I'm leading this mare along and she looks at this and she snorts, she's telling me I would be comfortable anywhere but right there. And so if I immediately try to make her go right there, I know I may be able to get her up there and I may get her to sniff it, and you may pat yourself on the back and go, yeah, she sniffed it. But the relationship between you and the horse goes downhill, because, you know, you're telling them that I don't take into account how you feel. And so what I'm going to do right here in a second is get her out and do some of this CAT-H with this particular obstacle right here. And the thing with the CAT-H is it's about staying below threshold. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lead her along until I notice that she notices this. Okay? And what she's probably going to do, if I do it early enough, she won't snort. But what I might do is lead her along till she gets a little bit concerned about it. Because if I do this really correctly, you'll go, that horse is not scared of that tarp. I got a horse that's scared of that tarp. So I might put her over threshold just a little bit, just so you can see the difference. But I'm going to lead her along, and when she says, oh, that bothers me, I'm going to stop right there, and I'm going to wait until she feels slightly better about it, and then I'm going to take her away. Okay, we're going to go away from the thing and let her let down. But the key to this is you notice when they become aware of it, and then you wait, like with the flag. When I brought the flag out, it was bring it out till they become aware of it, and then wait until they feel better. So if they become aware of it and their eyes are transfixed, like they're not blinking or something or other, wait till they blink, something like that. Then I would take the flag away. So I'm going to do that with her here. Let's get her out and we'll see what happens. So we're just walking along here, and she hasn't, right there. She started, I don't know if you could hear her voice in the microphone, and it's not just even this tarp. Right here, notice right here, she's kind of transfixed. Notice her ears aren't moving, her eyes aren't blinking. Her eyes are blinking a little bit. I'm going to wait right here until she has a bit of a change in focus. That's not so, there we go. Do you see her ears just softened? Okay, so now I'm going to turn and walk away. And when I turned and walked away, I walked away towards her. If there's something spooky, let me just turn around here. If there's something spooky out there and I turn and walk away this way, I'm just asking to get run over. Okay, so I'm just going to go a little bit further up here. See, her head's kind of low. Right there. Her head she looked at that tarp and her head came up slightly. And I think she's looking over at the neighbours doing something over here right now. It doesn't matter what it is. You might notice she's transfixed. There we go. See her right ear? flicked back right there. Those are the things that'll tell you, and then her ears are starting to move. So right now I'm just going to turn and go back over this way again. Like I said, if I do this right, you'll probably say this mare's not snorty at all. But it's all about staying under that threshold. So now I'm going to keep walking this way. So I'm watching her head. See, it hasn't come up yet. Her head still hasn't come up, still hasn't come up, still hasn't come up. Right about there, I think she's looked at that top, and you can hear her snorting a little bit. Right there, she kind of blinks and her ears start moving a little bit. I'm going to turn and go back this way again. Come on, sweetie. And then I'm just going to turn and head back up this way. Now I'm watching her head, I'm watching her eyes, I'm watching her ears. Her head hasn't come up, still hasn't come up, still hasn't come up, still hasn't come up, still hasn't come up. Right here, I'd say she's a little bit tense. Right there's a bit of a change in focus, so she's not just transfixed by that thing anymore. I might just wait here for a second. She's not blinking. Hey darling, how's it going? And I could go now, I'm just going to, there we go. See her head just softened a little bit right there? Then I'll just turn around and go back over this way. But this mare has been very, very snorty of late. And, you know, like I said, just that tarp right there is kind of really bothered her yesterday. And I didn't really work on this yesterday, but I probably did it a couple of times back here, and then I went, I'm just going to go around that because I don't want to fix it right now because I want to try and video it. The trouble with stuff like this with horses is I'd have to video every interaction all day, every day in order to capture something for the first time. Come on, darling, let's go up here. So we're heading, like we're going to walk past this tarp right there. See her head shot up? And she's kind of transfixed, she's not blinking. There you go, see that ear split and she started to blink just a little bit. I'm just going to wait till she relaxes just a little bit more. So her ears are starting to split, her focus is changing. She's going from up here to back there to Bundy. She blinks. Right there her head lowers a bit more. I'm just going to turn and head back over this way again. And every time I turn and go back, I'm just not going to go back as far. And then I'll just turn around and head this way. Now she's licking her lips right there. I might stop right there. Even though her head's not up, it's kind of heading towards that thing. So right there's a build-up of tension. That's the start of the spook, okay? There you go, and there's a lick and chew. So it doesn't matter if it's a buck, a bolt, a rare, a spook, or whatever. If you can fix it at the level of the beginning of it, you don't have to put up at the buck, the bolt, the spook, the rare. So right then she just relaxed, had a lick and chew. I'm just going to turn around and head back this way. Just a little. Now I'm going to head back up this way. And I'm not actually trying to get her to walk up to it. I'm actually trying to get to where I can walk past it. Right there. Do you see that little sideways? She went, oh, what is that? I'm going to wait. Hear her snorting. And I may be a little over threshold right now. I might be a little bit too close, but I'm just going to wait here. There you go. There's a change in focus. She come over, says hi to me. You know, she's not just, what is it? What is it going to do to me? You know, right now it's almost like that there is no different than this piece of gravel over here. She's not tense about it anymore. So I'm just going to turn, wander back this way. Wander over here. And you might notice each time we get closer and closer. Right there, she's got a little bit of the snort going on. And like I said, I'm not trying to get her to go up to it and sniff it or whatever. I've just got to go past this object on the where I'm going to. Right there, you know, she's fixated with her ears. There you go, there's a little change in focus. She's not just, and now I'll just turn and head over here. And, you know, she's already so much better than she was yesterday, because yesterday she started snorting way back there. And just a little bit I did yesterday may have helped this, but You know, this whole, anyway, I hope you get the idea, but the whole cat H thing with an object that you are approaching, okay, you are going to, big old sigh, huh, sweetie? You are going to determine how close you get to it, and it's exactly the same thing with the flag. You're going to determine how close the flag gets, and when they become aware of it, before they get too worried about it, you wait, and you wait till they feel better about it, and then you take it away. Whether that taking away is taking the flag away, or that taking away is removing them away from the thing that bothers them. And you saw with her, she got closer and closer and closer, and we didn't have a big spook or anything like that. I do want to say though, if let's say this is not under your control, okay, let's say, or you don't have time to do this, you've got to get somewhere or whatever. A lot of people, they get stuck in that we lead from the left side all the time. If I'm leading a horse somewhere and I don't have time to work on this stuff, and I got to go past something scary, and back here this horse starts to spook at it, instead of staying here and looking like this and getting run over, I'll just switch hands and I will walk as close to the scary thing as possible, like this, and the horse will usually run sideways around there, and so they can spook and run sideways like that a little bit, and I can keep going and not get run over. So, you know, that's one way of getting past something that might bother your horse if you don't have time to fix it, or if you're not inclined to fix it at the time. Is just switch hands and walk really close to the thing. There's no way they're going to run towards it, and so that way you're not going to get run over. But anyway, that's a little bit about cat H and how you can use it on an object that is stationary that you're approaching.